there are X apples in a box and Y oranges in a crate. So do we know how many apples are in a box?
No.
They give us an X. They also say there are Y oranges in a crate. Since they use two different letters, what do you think that means? Why do they use two different letters for the apples box and the oranges crate? Yes? There's a different number of oranges than there are apples. So when they use different letters, they mean different numbers. Yes? Say that? All right, cool. All right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a picture of what they have there. So it says there are X apples in a box and Y oranges in a crate. And it says that they also have we have 3 boxes of apples. So I'm going to write down for apples, we have 3 boxes. So they're about the same size. We don't know how many is in each, but we know it's the letter X for that number. And it says they got 1 crate of oranges. I have no idea how big the crate of oranges is. We'll just say that. It could be smaller than X. I'm assuming since it's a crate, crates are bigger than boxes. So it's probably going to be a little bit more. They want you to express the answer in terms of X and Y. So if I were to ask the total, what is the total number of apples and oranges? How would I express that? Yes? Three X's. Plus Y. And just you can write down X plus X plus X. Is that what you mean? Or do you mean this? You can combine them and write down 3X plus Y. Okay, good. Either way works, but yes, this is how you would express it. 3X plus Y because there are 3 of them, and there's 1 of them. So when you're finding the total, just add them all up. Let's say now you know how many apples are in a box and how many oranges in a crate. So let's just say each box has 30 apples in there. Yay, I have a number. And let's just say for oranges, let's say there are 40 oranges in a crate. What could I do to figure out my answer? So you'd write down 30 times 3, and then do what? You add the 40. So now we're using what we figured out and just replacing the numbers that they give us. So this is 90 plus 40, which is 130 pieces of fruit. Or we'll say apples and oranges. Let's look at our apples and oranges again. And let's say we know how many apples are in a box. Say there are 20 apples in a box. But I don't know how many boxes there are. So let's say there are X boxes. X box, get it? When it comes to oranges, let's say there are 30 oranges in a box. But again, we don't know how many boxes of oranges there are, so we'll call that Y box. Not the same. Well, how would I know how many apples there are total? Well, if you're not sure, pick a number. For example, let's not say X. Let's use the number 5. I'm just randomly picking that number, 5. And let's say for oranges, let's not say the letter Y. Let's use, I don't know, the number 8. So my question is this. To figure out how many apples there are, what would you do? Yes?
20 times 5.
You would do 20 apples times 5 boxes. That would give you 100 apples. Very nice. Well, how about oranges? Anyone else? How would I figure out how many oranges I had? Yes?
30 times 8.
Okay, you got 30 in one box. We have 8 boxes, so it's 30 times 8, which is 240. To figure out my total, what would I do? Yes?
You have to add 240 plus 100.
We add this plus this to get my answer. Now, what if I were to say, oh, I don't know, let's just turn this back into an x. So that 5 is now an x. So what should I do with that 5?
Change it to an X.
Yeah, so this becomes 20x. For these oranges, let's say again, we don't know how many boxes we have. We'll call that y. How would I rewrite that? Yes?
3 multiplied by y.
30 multiplied by y. And what should I do with my two answers? Yes?
You add.
You add them together. Just like you added here, 100 plus 240 gives you 340. We just add, and we have ourselves an algebraic expression. So there you go. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, because it's very important that we take the concrete and turn it to the abstract. If you'd like to learn more, please watch this video up here, or this one down here, or subscribe right here. And make sure to always be mathing.